There we go.
I still think the swamp has something to tell us.
We're on the side. We're on the edge of something. That's what I think.
There's proof that the search is legitimate. There's something here to be found, some story to be told.
Here we go.
Recently, something so terrible happened that the entire island was abruptly shut down.
So, and then we just cross our fingers and hope that, all goes well, that we stay safe here and that everyone in the area stays safe.
Oak Island is known for its stories about hidden treasures worth billions of dollars, attracting both treasure hunters and history buffs. And now, this sudden closure has sparked intense speculation and concern among locals and enthusiasts. What could be so alarming to cause such a drastic measure? Join us as we investigate this awful mistake that caused the treasure hunting shutdown. The shocking closure of Oak Island. Oak Island, a small piece of land in Nova Scotia, Canada, has fascinated those searching for treasure and those who love history for over 2 centuries. The story started in the late 1700s, when an odd-shaped depression in the earth led to the uncovering of a deep hole, which is now called the Money Pit. This sparked a search for treasure that has continued for more than 200 years, driven by stories of hidden pirate treasures and valuable historical relics. The interest on the island isn't just about the possible riches it could contain, but also the various ideas about what might be buried there, from pirate treasures to sacred items like the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant. Over the years, many searches have revealed fascinating objects that add to the intrigue. These items range from coins and bits of old paper to more unusual things like a stone marked with strange symbols, human remains from different parts of the world, and old tools. Each discovery has shed light on the island's complex history, showing that there's more to it than we first thought. However, the unexpected decision to close Oak Island suggests that something worrying has happened. The fascination with Oak Island grew even more with the start of the TV show The Curse of Oak Island. This series follows the adventures of brothers Rick and Marty Lagina as they try to find out what is hidden on the island. Their path, filled with both setbacks and important finds, has not only brought back public interest in Oak Island, but also introduced new technology and fresh theories to the story. The show has become a big hit, attracting viewers who share the brothers' eagerness to uncover one of the world's longest-standing questions. As the Lagina brothers continue their work, the closure of Oak Island remains a key topic of discussion. What discoveries led to such a serious action? Different ideas suggest various reasons, from safety issues due to unstable digging sites to potentially significant finds that need careful examination away from the public's eyes. Each idea offers a different view on why the island was closed, adding more details to the already complex story surrounding Oak Island's history. In a recent and exciting development, the Lagina brothers, Rick and Marty, along with their skilled team, have stumbled upon what could be a very important finding. Key members of the team, geologist Terry Matheson and historian Charles Barkhouse, were overseeing the drilling at a specific site, known as DN 11.5 borehole, where they were exploring an area between 80 and 120 feet deep that is believed to contain gold. The air was filled with anticipation as Mike Tedford, the drilling expert, reported encountering an unexpected gap at about 90 feet down. This gap, which might be a tunnel or hidden chamber, could be an extraordinary find under the island's surface. The location of this discovery, along with similar findings from nearby boreholes named DN 12.5 and DN 13.5, suggests there could be a bigger, more complex structure buried deep below. The possibility that this structure is connected to previously discovered traces of gold in the area adds to the excitement. The team's enthusiasm grew even more when a wood sample taken from this spot was analyzed and showed small traces of gold. This hint, though minor, suggests there might be larger amounts of gold hidden nearby. This latest find at Oak Island is significant not just for its potential treasure. It represents a step forward in piecing together the complex history that lies hidden under the island. Each new piece of evidence the Lagina brothers and their team unearth brings them a bit closer to understanding the island's past, transforming the traditional treasure hunt into a real investigation into historical events. As they continue their exploration, using a mix of scientific methods and practical investigation, the excitement over what they might find next keeps everyone watching closely. The audience is captivated, sharing in the thrill of this unique adventure. But then, in an unexpected turn, the ongoing exploration on Oak Island was abruptly stopped. The news of the island's sudden closure sent shockwaves through the community of enthusiasts, historians, and fans of the Curse of Oak Island TV show. The halt in activities raises numerous questions and sparks various theories. Is the shutdown due to the need for more detailed analysis of the new discoveries? Or might it be related to safety concerns about the excavation sites? This sudden pause adds an intense layer of suspense and speculation about the reasons behind it and what it might mean for the future of the exploration. In the television series, Rick and Marty Lagina, along with their team, make a series of fascinating finds, suggesting the presence of historic valuables on Oak Island. These range from what may be remains of old shipwrecks to unique items that could have come from as far back as medieval Europe, or even earlier from pre-Columbian America. During one of their expeditions in 2022, team members Gary Drayton and Jack Begley discovered a particularly captivating copper artifact adorned with distinctive symbols. This piece, mainly made of copper, with smaller amounts of iron and zinc, caught the attention of many, including Dr. Edwin Barnhart, a renowned archaeologist. He suggested that this artifact might have ties to religious figures from 16th century Europe, or could even be connected to Norse explorers, indicating its age could be far greater than initially thought. The story didn't stop there. With modern treasure hunters and new technology, Oak Island's questions continued to reveal themselves. Surprising theories about Oak Island's buried items. Another significant find was a gold-plated brooch from the 14th century. The origin of this brooch is unclear, sparking discussions about whether it was part of a hidden stash or simply an item left behind by someone who once lived on the island. The plot thickens with the unearthing of human bones in the money pit, dated back to the 17th century. Analysis of these bones revealed that they belonged to two different people, one of European descent and the other from the Middle East, suggesting a diverse set of individuals might have come to or lived on the island centuries ago. The discovery of an unknown tunnel at a depth of 95 feet during a drilling operation aimed at investigating the presence of metals in the money pit area added another layer of intrigue. This tunnel, found across 3 separate boreholes, runs east to west under the garden shaft and intersects with a region known as the Baby Blob, where significant amounts of gold and silver have been detected between 80 and 120 feet below ground. The series not only uncovers historical artifacts and potential treasure, but also brings together elements of history, archaeology, and adventure, making it a unique viewing experience. It features a variety of experts and historians who contribute their knowledge about the island's complex history and the different theories that have been proposed over the years. The Curse of Oak Island is not just about searching for treasure. It explores the rich historical tapestry of the island and its appeal as one of the most intriguing historical sites in the world. The abrupt stop in the team's activities has opened up a host of unanswered questions and led to a wide range of theories and speculation. The sudden announcement, which came without much explanation, quickly sparked a wave of reactions from fans. Those who have been avid followers of the Lagina brothers' efforts for years shared their disappointment and confusion across social media. This announcement was especially shocking because it came at a time when there was heightened excitement due to a recent discovery suggesting a potential gold-rich area in the DN 11.5 borehole. This pause in activities has only heightened viewer anticipation and speculation, making fans eager to know what will happen next on the island. Experts and historians have always been intrigued by the island and were surprised when the explorations suddenly stopped. The announcement, which lacked detailed explanations, has led to much guessing. Some people wonder if the stop was because of environmental or safety concerns, considering the deep and sometimes disruptive digging methods used on the island. Others think the team may have found something very important or sensitive, prompting them to pause for a more thorough examination or to involve higher authorities. One of the main theories among those following the project is that the discovery in the DN 11.5 borehole could be more crucial than just treasure. This idea suggests that what might be a tunnel or structure found deep underground could have significant historical or archaeological value, requiring careful handling. Some even suggest the discovery could be groundbreaking artifacts, which led to the pause for necessary legal or ethical considerations. This speculation is fueled by recent finds in the borehole. The discovery of traces of gold in a wood sample, analyzed by Emma Culligan, an expert in archaeometallurgy, had already increased the excitement and expectations for the project. The presence of gold, even in small amounts, hinted at the possibility of an important find nearby. This has led some to believe that the shutdown was a strategic decision to rethink the exploration strategy. The absence of clear information has also triggered wilder theories, such as interference from the government, the finding of cursed objects, or even encounters with supernatural entities. These theories, although less supported by concrete evidence, reflect the strong curiosity and intrigue that Oak Island has always generated. The unexpected halt in Oak Island's explorations has opened up a wide range of theories and guesses. From practical concerns about safety and the environment to more fantastic ideas about significant historical discoveries or supernatural events, the variety of possibilities reflects the enduring appeal of Oak Island. As enthusiasts, experts, and fans eagerly wait for more information, the intrigue surrounding Oak Island continues to grow, keeping everyone guessing about what lies beneath its surface. Recent developments on Oak Island have taken a dramatic and strange turn, transforming the treasure hunt into a narrative filled with strange and unexplained events. The island has started showing abrupt environmental changes that seem almost otherworldly. An increase in fog density around the Money Pit area has been particularly noticeable. This dense fog appears suddenly, obscuring vision and stopping excavation work without warning. In addition, there have been reports of strange lights in the night sky over the island. These lights, which do not resemble any known aircraft or natural phenomena, have added an eerie layer to the island's atmosphere. The team's equipment has also started acting up in unexplainable ways, with electronic devices failing and compasses showing erratic readings. Furthermore, the atmosphere on the island has become increasingly tense and charged with anticipation. Workers and team members report feeling a heightened sense of alertness, as if expecting something unusual to happen at any moment. This sense of anticipation has spread to the local community and the wider audience of the show, with people speculating about the nature of the discoveries and the reasons behind the shutdown. The island itself seems to be at the center of these unfolding events, with its history and the recent findings intertwining to create a thick atmosphere of suspense and expectation. The silence from the project leaders post-discovery, coupled with the ongoing unusual events, has led to an explosion of discussion and debate among fans and conspiracy theorists. This scenario has fed into the lore of Oak Island, reinforcing its status as a place of deep historical significance and unexplained phenomena. As each day passes without clear answers, the legend of Oak Island continues to grow, drawing more attention and speculation from around the world. But every new discovery brought more questions, and strange events on the island made the search even more intriguing. Odd animal behavior on Oak Island. The team has noted an unusual increase in ground shakes localized around their digging spots. These shakes aren't the ordinary kind one might think are caused by natural shifts within the earth. Particularly, these tremors are clustered around a new empty space we found deep underground at 90 feet. The pattern and regularity of these shakes have left scientists who study the Earth perplexed, as they do not align with any naturally occurring events known in this area. Adding to the strange atmosphere, are sightings of unexplained lights at night. These lights, which differ in color and intensity, don't match any known aircraft or usual events in the sky. Their appearance has started at the same time as these other odd occurrences, causing people to wonder about their origins and meaning. The island has also been the site of numerous magnetic disturbances that have affected both professional and personal electronic equipment. Compasses are spinning without direction, GPS devices are failing, and even tools that are normally reliable are breaking down without any apparent cause. These technological problems have heightened concerns about what is really happening on the island. Observations of the local animals have shown unusual behaviors. Birds are flying in erratic patterns or avoiding the island completely, and sea creatures near the coast are behaving as if in distress. These changes in the behavior of animals, which are often seen as signals of environmental shifts, have prompted further questions about what might be disturbing these creatures. In light of these occurrences, historians have started to revisit old stories and legends tied to Oak Island. Although these stories were once seen as mere folklore, they often talk about ancient curses and guardians that protect hidden elements of the island. Even though these ideas are largely speculative, the old tales have gained new attention because they seem to reflect the strange happenings currently being observed. One particularly disturbing finding was during a drone survey, which captured a strange and orderly pattern on the ground near the excavation area. This pattern, which clearly wasn't created by humans, appeared suddenly and has confused both the excavation team and those observing them. All these environmental oddities, including the ground shakes, strange lights, magnetic disruptions, and changes in wildlife behavior, come together to create a scenario that defies simple explanations. As the digging team continues to explore deeper into the island's history, these events serve as a strong reminder that there may be deeper and more unsettling elements at play than initially thought. Historians and archaeologists have approached these developments with caution. Some suggest that the shakes might be due to the extensive digging and excavation, which could potentially make the underground structures unstable. However, this theory fails to fully explain the other strange events, such as the lights in the sky and the widespread electronic malfunctions. A few experts are considering more unconventional theories, suggesting that perhaps the excavation team has disturbed something ancient or even from another dimension. While this concept is controversial, it is driven by the island's rich history of unusual tales and unexplained occurrences. Archaeometallurgy is a specialized field within archaeology that studies ancient metalworking. This discipline combines scientific techniques with historical knowledge to understand how ancient cultures produced and used metals. Archaeometallurgists examine artifacts, slag, ores, and ancient furnaces to gain insights into past societies. The field employs various scientific methods to analyze metal artifacts. Non-destructive techniques, such as X-ray spectroscopy and scanning electron microscopy, are preferred as they do not damage the objects. These methods can reveal the composition and microstructure of metals, providing clues about the technology and processes used in their production. In some cases, microdestructive methods, which require taking small samples from the artifacts, are used for more detailed analysis. Archaeometallurgy also involves reconstructing ancient smelting processes. This experimental approach helps researchers understand the methods used by ancient metalworkers. By recreating these processes, archaeometallurgists can test hypotheses about the efficiency and technological capabilities of past societies. These experiments often involve building replicas of ancient furnaces and using them to smelt ores, similar to how it was done in the past. The study of ancient metals includes both ferrous and non-ferrous metals. Ferrous metals like iron and steel were crucial for tool and weapon making. Iron was first used in the form of meteorites and later extracted from ores. The development of steel, an alloy of iron and carbon, marked significant advancements in metallurgy, leading to stronger and more durable tools and weapons. Non-ferrous metals, such as gold, silver, and copper, were among the first to be used by humans. These metals are often found in their native state and can be easily worked without smelting. Copper's extraction and use, followed by the development of bronze, an alloy of copper and tin, played a vital role in early metalworking. Archaeometallurgists often focus on specific periods and regions. For instance, the study of Bronze Age metallurgy reveals how societies transitioned from using stone tools to metal ones. The Bronze Age saw the widespread use of bronze, leading to improved agricultural tools, weapons, and art. In some cultures, the introduction of iron technology marked the beginning of the Iron Age, which brought further advancements in metalworking techniques. Research in archaeometallurgy is not limited to the analysis of finished products. It also includes the study of metallurgical waste products like slag, which can provide valuable information about the smelting process. By examining the composition and structure of slag, researchers can infer the efficiency of ancient furnaces and the quality of the metal produced. Even with the sudden stop, the team kept their focus on finding out the truth about Oak Island's past using old records and new science. Emma Culligan's worries about recent finds. Historical records and archaeological findings complement the scientific analysis. Ancient texts, such as those from the Greek poet Hesiod, provide early descriptions of metalworking processes. These historical accounts, combined with archaeological evidence, help create a more comprehensive picture of ancient metallurgical practices. The development of archaeometallurgy as a formal discipline began in the mid-20th century. Early work was sporadic, but the establishment of dedicated research groups and institutions in the 1960s and 70s led to significant advancements. Institutions like the British Museum, the Deutsches Bergbau Museum in Germany, and universities in the United States have been instrumental in advancing the field. Modern archaeometallurgy continues to evolve, incorporating new technologies and methods. Advances in analytical chemistry and materials science have enhanced the ability to study ancient metals. For example, mass spectrometry and other chemical tests can provide detailed information about the origins and trade routes of metals, shedding light on ancient economic and social structures. Archaeometallurgist Emma Culligan, who found traces of gold in a piece of wood from deep underground, is now worried about recent findings. She suspects that the digging might have started a reaction with some hidden materials or forces deep inside the island. The startling updates from Oak Island after operations were stopped bring together solid evidence and thoughtful guesses. This mixture gives us a complicated image of an island that now seems more confusing than ever. As the excavation team and people around the world seek answers, the unusual events at Oak Island keep changing, testing our understanding of history, science, and maybe even things beyond our normal experiences. Oak Island has always attracted those interested in treasure and history, serving as a cherished landmark and a source of pride for the local community. The pause in activity affects the local economy, especially tourism, which relies on the allure of the so-called money pit. Local businesses like hotels, restaurants, and tour operators, once bustling with tourists, now face an uncertain future. The community, which has long embraced the legend of Oak Island as part of its identity, finds itself at a critical point, facing the challenge of losing a major cultural and economic asset. For many decades, the effort to unravel the hidden aspects of Oak Island has captivated people worldwide. The current shutdown marks a significant pause, possibly ending these explorations for good. The Lagina brothers and their team, who have devoted a lot of time, resources, and energy to this project, now face an unexpected break. This disruption leads us to wonder about the future of this treasure hunt. Will the search continue? If it does, what will change? The treasure that many have pursued remains undiscovered, and the uncertainties around it have only deepened. The halt might mean a definitive end to the quest, or just a temporary delay, potentially leading to new ideas and methods for exploration. The local economy, heavily tied to the fame of the island, is taking a hit. Tour guides, shop owners, and hotel managers are finding it tough to plan for the future without the steady flow of visitors. The stories and legends associated with the island, which have long fueled interest and brought people to the area, are now hanging in the balance. The community is trying to adapt, looking for new ways to attract visitors or sustain themselves without the treasure hunt narrative. On a broader scale, the suspension has sparked a wide range of responses from various stakeholders. Historians, archaeologists, and treasure enthusiasts are all watching closely, eager to see how this will unfold. Some are hopeful for a resumption of activities, while others are preparing for the possibility that the island's questions may never be fully uncovered. This period of uncertainty is prompting a deeper reflection on what Oak Island represents in terms of historical value and the human quest for knowledge and discovery. The team's future plans are also in question. They must now consider whether to continue the search, reinvent their approach, or possibly abandon their efforts. This decision will depend not only on practical considerations, such as funding and permissions, but also on the will to persevere in the face of unknown challenges and unanticipated setbacks. The entire situation invites a broader discussion about the balance between preserving historical sites and pursuing the uncovering of past tales and hidden elements. The unexpected closure of Oak Island has led to widespread speculation and numerous theories. Many people believe the discoveries made by the excavation team were so significant or potentially harmful that they caused intervention by unknown groups. The shutdown is not just a brief interruption in a treasure search. It has significant repercussions that affect the local community, alter the direction of a long-term exploration, and capture the public's interest and skepticism. As the island remains quiet and its findings are kept hidden, people worldwide are eagerly waiting for any new developments in this ongoing saga. Looking ahead, the future of Oak Island is unclear, leading everyone to wonder what will happen next. The island has become a breeding ground for theories, each more compelling and imaginative than the last. These theories arise from people's natural desire to understand things that are not clear to them. These ideas range from somewhat believable to quite far-fetched. A common belief is that the discoveries made by the Lagina brothers were so significant that they caught the attention of government authorities. Those who believe this theory argue that the government, possibly worried about the impact of such findings, moved to halt the exploration. This decision might be due to various reasons, including national security or the discovery of objects of great historical or cultural importance that the government wants to investigate or keep hidden. The unexpected pause led to many guesses and ideas, adding more details to the already interesting story of Oak Island and its hidden treasures. Is the government involved in Oak Island? Another theory suggests that the team uncovered items or evidence that could change our understanding of history. This might include proof of early European contact with the Americas before Columbus, insights into ancient civilizations, or advanced technologies that were previously unknown. If these findings were made public, they could challenge the currently accepted historical narratives and necessitate a major revision of history books, something certain groups or authorities might wish to prevent. These theories add layers to the complex situation at Oak Island, illustrating the depth of human curiosity and our continuous quest for answers when faced with unresolved issues. As more theories emerge and discussions expand, interest in Oak Island only increases, turning it into a focal point for historians, theorists, and treasure hunters. This growing fascination feeds a collective hope that someday the true nature of the discoveries on Oak Island will be revealed, providing clear answers and perhaps even more questions. At the edge of more unusual beliefs, some people think that the treasure of Oak Island might come from beyond our planet. They propose that the team may have discovered objects or technology indicating that beings from outer space visited long ago. This theory gains support from reports of strange lights and unexplained events around the island, causing some to suspect that the recent shutdown is an effort to hide signs of contact with aliens. The tale of a curse on Oak Island has been part of its story for hundreds of years. Certain individuals believe that the recent stoppage of activities is a result of this curse taking effect. According to this perspective, the island is home to a harmful power that guards its hidden treasures, bringing bad luck to those who try to uncover its depths. In this light, the shutdown is seen as an act by supernatural forces to prevent the uncovering of the island's hidden treasures. Another suggestion is that the shutdown could have been influenced by financial or political interests. It's thought that powerful people or companies with stakes in the island or the surrounding area might have a hand in halting the exploration. They may wish to control the treasure or information that Oak Island might reveal, or they could be trying to manipulate the value and ownership of land nearby. A more down-to-earth theory is that the shutdown happened because of concerns about the environment or safety. The heavy digging and drilling might have posed a danger to the local environment or to the people working there and living nearby. However, the lack of a clear explanation from official sources makes this theory seem suspicious, leading some to believe that environmental and safety issues are being used as excuses to cover up other, more secretive activities. Without solid information, these theories continue to grow, each contributing to the ongoing fascination with Oak Island. These ideas range from highly imaginative to more plausible scenarios, each reflecting different concerns and curiosities about the island. Whether any of these theories contain elements of truth is still unknown, but they certainly keep the legend of Oak Island vibrant and discussed among enthusiasts and skeptics alike. As these theories spread, they not only fuel ongoing debates, but also enrich the narrative surrounding Oak Island, weaving a complex web of possibilities. Each new suggestion, or piece of supposed evidence, brings more attention to the island, drawing in more curious minds and experts to weigh in on the discussions. This blend keeps the community of followers engaged, constantly speculating and hoping for new discoveries that might one day provide definitive answers or raise even more questions. But Oak Island, despite its fame, is not the only treasure island there is. Frégate Island in Seychelles is famous for its connection to the pirate Olivier Levasseur, also known as Captain Lebus. He is said to have hidden a vast treasure on the island, including the Golden Cross of Goa. Despite many attempts over the centuries, no one has successfully uncovered this hidden wealth. This island, located in the Indian Ocean, served as a strategic hideout for pirates due to its remote location. Île Sainte-Marie, or Nosy Boraha, in Madagascar, was a haven for pirates like William Kidd. This island was known as a pirate paradise, where many pirates lived and started families. The island is believed to contain hidden treasures, buried by these pirates to safeguard their loot. Modern treasure hunters still explore the island in search of these legendary riches. Porto Farina in Tunisia was a stronghold for Maltese pirates in the 17th century. Pirates used this location as a base to raid ships crossing the Mediterranean. It is believed that substantial amounts of gold coins were buried on the island by these pirates. Porto Farina's strategic position made it an ideal location for storing and protecting their valuables. Cocos Island in Panama is another famous site believed to hold significant treasure. The legend suggests that a vast treasure worth around $60 million is buried on the island. This story has attracted many treasure hunters over the years, though no substantial findings have been reported. The island's dense jungle and challenging terrain make the search for treasure particularly difficult. Cocos Island in Costa Rica is also linked to treasure legends. Some believe that the treasure on Panama's Cocos Island might actually be located here. The island has been a popular spot for treasure hunters due to its historical connections to pirates and explorers. Despite numerous expeditions, the treasure remains elusive.
From a Union Army caravan setting out to transport 26 massive gold bars to the involvement of the FBI in the mystery, let's delve in with the researchers at the Curse of the Civil War Gold TV show as they make some shocking discoveries today. 11 Union soldiers and 3 wagons set out on the journey to Philadelphia, which was approximately 350 miles away. Nevertheless, their intentions were derailed in an unanticipated way, barely 90 kilometers into the expedition. As Confederate soldiers approached Pennsylvania, the highway leading to Philadelphia was abruptly shut. The caravan decided to take a diversion and head up the Allegheny River because they were concerned about the possibility of being robbed. When they arrived at Dan's Run, a cruel twist of fate awaited them there. The plot takes a dramatic turn at this point, when one of the wagons breaks down, leaving its passengers stranded on the side of the mountain with their journey cut short. As part of the escort, 3 Union soldiers dismounted and went in search of assistance. On the other hand, when they returned a few days later, they were faced with a sight that baffled them. Their wagons were empty, and their companions and the gold had vanished without a trace. According to urban legend, it is the Union soldiers themselves who are suspected of stealing the gold and burying the remainder of it somewhere in the region of Dan's Run. They allegedly took some of the gold with them and hid the rest. It is this aspect of the story that lends a splash of interest and excitement to the tale. Could there be gold from the Civil War hidden in the Allegheny Mountains, where it has remained hidden for more than a century and a half? The question piques our interest, but there is a huge roadblock in the way. No official government records of this misplaced gold have ever been found. It is fair to think that such a monumental disappearance would be chronicled in the archives of the United States government, yet there is no evidence to support this assumption. The absence alludes to a potential embarrassment for the Union, including President Lincoln himself, as well as the potential financial turbulence that could have been sparked by such a loss. It wasn't until 1974 that the secret of the Dan's Run riches was once again brought to the attention of the general public. An item published in Treasure magazine alleged that in 1865, government investigators had unearthed 2.5 gold bars concealed beneath a pine trunk close to the location where the empty wagons were found. Following the publishing of that article, a swarm of treasure hunters had descended upon Dan's Run in the hopes of making a fortune there. The possibility of finding 26 gold bars had enticed aspirants, and some of them have even made brazen claims that they have found one or more of the bars. These fearless treasure hunters have looked everywhere, but the answer eludes them every time. But in 2005, treasure seekers Dennis Parada and his son were investigating a dry riverbed deep within the Dan's Run wilderness when they came upon some intriguing artifacts and what might be a potential hiding place holding the solution to the enigma. They made this discovery while looking for a hidden treasure chest. They discovered, around 6 inches below the surface, a fire pit that was strewn with fragments of broken glass bottles, animal traps, and bullets. These artifacts all dated back to the time of the American Civil War. They continued on for a little while more till they came across an intriguing opening in the mountainside that beckoned to them. A cavern that was hidden and shrouded in mystery. Dennis and his son saw clues that showed they weren't the first people to explore this lonely hollow as they descended into the cave in quest of other Civil War artifacts. Their excitement increased as they discovered a vertical shaft approximately 32 feet from the cave's entrance, as well as a hole that had been chiseled into the roof of the cave, most likely for a torch. Despite this, they were only able to explore a small portion of the cave. 2014 was the year when they finally achieved their goal of drilling 8 feet below the surface of the ground while armed with the appropriate equipment. The decisive moment arrived when their machines gave an indication that something of significance was in the room. The results pointed to a big gold object that was 10 inches in diameter and buried underneath. The finding caused their hearts to race, since it seemed as though the riches from the Civil War was within reach. While Dennis Parada made an effort to lawfully unearth the riches by following the appropriate protocols and obtaining authorization from the appropriate authorities, the plot takes an unexpected turn. The state authorities denied his request, forcing him to look for other ways to do what he needed to do. A dramatic change of events occurs when he makes a request for assistance to the FBI. The involvement of the FBI in the case in late January of 2018 is a defining moment in the narrative. The agents undertake scans of the area while armed with specialized equipment, such as a gravimeter, in order to find any hidden objects. Because of its one-of-a-kind capacity to measure density, the gravimeter reveals a striking disparity between the density of gold, which is 19.5, and the density of sandstone, which is 2.5, where it is believed the wealth is hidden. This striking disparity is depicted as a heat map, and the resulting distribution of gold is nothing short of astounding. This is the point in the story that goes in a direction that nobody would have thought before. The FBI arrives at the scene and immediately orders the Parada family and any other witnesses to leave. They work under the cover of night, using a digger and a significant number of agents present to conduct an exhaustive excavation of the region. After the FBI has left the location, there is a shocking change that takes place there. When Dennis Parada comes back the following day, it seems as though the entire landscape has been changed. The unmistakable indicators of gold and silver readings have disappeared, leaving behind a puzzling mystery in their place. An unexpected turn, steeped in mystery and intrigue, has been added to the search for the gold from the Civil War that has been concealed for more than a century. Kevin Dykstra, along with his hard-working crew and the renowned underwater archaeologist Dr. Mark Hawley, set out on an exciting mission beneath the waters of Lake Michigan, not far from the scenic coast of Frankfort, Michigan. What is their job? They have a strong belief that what they are looking for is the remains of a boxcar from the 19th century that was transporting a treasure trove of lost Confederate gold that is estimated to be worth a stunning $100 million. In the previous year, Kevin and his fearless crew used specialized metal detectors in order to discover what they at first believed to be a debris field. These detectors gave off data that teasingly suggested the possible existence of rich metals buried beneath layers of sand and algae. In the process of analyzing their footage, an unusual anomaly was discovered. It was a peculiar object in the shape of a rectangle that bore an uncanny similarity to a shining bar of gold. Their excitement levels skyrocketed as they approached the point where they would only need 1 or 2 more dives to confirm this potential windfall. Claire, who could feel the excitement in the air, shared their joy. She commented that the visibility was better than usual on this particular day. They were quite lucky to get visibility of up to 75 feet in Lake Michigan, which is extremely uncommon and considerably accelerated the process of finding the person they were looking for. As Kevin and Mark descended into the serene depths, they were greeted by a sight that was in stark contrast to what they had anticipated seeing there. The structure that was in front of them was not at all like the ordinary shipwrecks. It did not have any of the obvious indications of a vessel that had sunk. Instead, they came upon sturdy hardwood beams that were more comparable to those that are seen in rail cars. After such a long period of time, the discovery of a boxcar that was still whole on the bottom of the lake was perplexing. What appeared to be the boxcar's flooring was all that remained after the walls and ceiling had been eroded away by the passage of time. Could this mysterious find be the elusive boxcar that they had been looking for such a long time? The exhilaration of the team was too much for them to contain. The possibility of figuring out what was going on loomed large. Kevin and Mark found themselves pulled to the mysterious structure despite being surrounded by the ocean currents. Kevin expressed his excitement to discover the truth, but Dr. Hawley asked him to proceed with caution for his own safety. In their search for answers, they could not risk disturbing anything under any circumstances. They were using a metal detector when Kevin's notion came up again and again. The containers that had been used to store the gold have most likely been destroyed or have rotted away over the course of time, which resulted in the valuable metal being dispersed across the lake bed. It's possible that the gold is buried deep within the sand, where it can't be seen by the naked eye. Dr. Mark Hawley had a different strategy in mind, despite the fact that it was against the rules for the crew to dig on the lake bottom. He began to carefully push the sand away with a fan in the hopes of unearthing any buried gems that were just below the surface. The equipment's detection of metallic signals provided a strong indication that there may be something of value hiding beneath the surface. While carefully sorting through the sand, Dr. Hawley couldn't help but think about the tantalizing possibility that lay ahead. Whether the object being searched for was ferrous or non-ferrous, the signals produced by a metal detector were reliable indications. The buzz of excitement could be felt across the sea. However, it became clear very quickly that the target of their search was located much further below than they were capable of reaching with their manual labor. They were irritated to the point of discomfort. The elusive treasure was only a hair's breadth away from being within reach, but it remained just out of reach. Kevin and his team needed more significant documentation, such as images or films, in order to get the appropriate permits for illegal excavation. Despite the fact that the possibility of precious metals lay tantalizingly near to the surface of the lake, Kevin and his colleagues were unable to legally excavate without these permits. The search for gold held by the Confederacy hung in the balance. Kevin was adamant about documenting every facet of the scene with his camera, and he did so while maintaining a sharp awareness of the topography in the area. The level of strain was increasing. Just one fleeting glimpse of a gold bar might completely alter the course of their lives. This defining moment was a huge step forward for Kevin Dykstra and the determined team he led in their quest to solve the riddle of the lost Confederate gold. A treasure that could transform one's life, that may be buried somewhere beneath the placid waters of Lake Michigan. So, from a daring Union Army caravan, embarking on a mission to transport 26 massive gold bars that could finance their entire war efforts, to the mysterious disappearance of this treasure along the treacherous journey, the story takes unexpected twists and turns. The involvement of the FBI in the quest for this long-lost Civil War gold adds a layer of intrigue that captivates the imagination.